Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the Koenig knives mini Goblin. So this here was loaned in to me by my good buddy Jake, Bearded Gear. Link to his channel will be in the description. You guys all know who he is at this point. I talk about him all the time for good reason. But he went ahead and loaned me this bad boy right here. I'm going to try to rip through this one because I've already done a few videos on it, and I don't want to just constantly repeat myself. So, quick look at it here. Koenig over here. Your Shark logo over here. This is a collaboration with Shark Knives. This is an M390, and it goes for around $600, $650, something like that. It is absolutely dead center. Now, my thoughts on this knife are that it's interesting, it's cool, it's unique, it's all those things, but I don't really like it. I like a lot of aspects of it. If I had to like rank each category that I normally go through, which I will, it would get high marks, but it just isn't a knife or a design overall that speaks to me personally. So real quick, aesthetically, this thing is absolutely fugly as shit. It looks like a Hinderer flipper tab got stretched out into a knife. It looks like a witch's goddamn nose. I'm going to get you, my pretty. I'm going to get you. Like, fucking ugly as shit, okay? That's aesthetics. Backtrack a little bit here. It's titanium. It's a sandwich design, so you have two slabs of titanium with a backspacer in the middle, pivot, blade. As I said, M390. This has bronze ano all over, including the hardware. It looks really, really cool with that design, or with that ano, and it's not that bad. It's just it's just gross. I love that it's called the Mini Goblin, because it literally looks like a goblin's nose. I guess I should have taken that, right? That is what it looks like. Shit. Now I get it. It looks like one of those motherfuckers from Gringotts, like the dudes who work at the bank in Harry Potter. Looks like one of their fucking noses. So now I get the name. Smart. Anyway. Whew, ergos. It is pretty comfortable in hand, believe it or not. It looks terrible, but it's comfortable. It has this weird swell and this hump, but my hand just kind of fits right in it. My hand is a large to XL size, and that's about as big as you'd want to have with this knife. I can just fit all four. There's jimping here that my finger goes nowhere near, but the jimping is comfortable nonetheless. Usually ride up here like this. Jumping into cutting, it has a hollow grind, which is very well done. It's not shallow. It's pretty good hollow grind. Comes down to a thin edge. It has a very sharp M390 blade. It cuts extremely well. Has a good tip for penetration. That's what she said. Yeah, so cutting is good. Sounds. Sounds are good. They're not fantastic. Probably a 6 out of 10. Very good. I mean, for that category, for me, that's good. 6 out of 10. Carry. Carry is good, guys. Has a milled titanium pocket clip there. Retention is solid. Goes in and out of pocket. No problem. It's a little bit pokey on the clip, like when you grab it like this, but who grabs their clip? It's just a little pokey there. No big deal. I've enjoyed carrying this knife. Carried it in my back left pocket when I carried it in the secondary position. For me, anything can go back there, any size knife, but you know, a lot of people would call that a secondary spot. And it did fantastic there. I've really enjoyed having this knife on me, because you can get into packaging pretty easily with this warning here. It does a good job with that kind of stuff. And yeah, So that is carry, cutting, ergos, aesthetics, action. So the action's good on this, guys. I mean, it's really good on the close. You'll see I tuned it a little bit, which basically means I took a bit driver and I loosened the pivot ever so slightly. That is called tuning in my book. There's no blade play, and I just kept walking that pivot back until I got it to basically drop shut on its own free will. It does like to get caught in that position, like right here, and then once it gets past, it just drops. I don't know what the deal is with that, but there it is. I don't know, but it's drop shut, guys. The Detent, I also tuned that by tightening this screw right here. It had like a tiny bit of a turn in it to get it fully tight. And now the Detent feels a little stiffer than it did when I first got it. Still very light. You can feel it. But it's hard because Koenig has an amazing pivot design. Amazing engineering goes into these knives. It just feels like the blade is just on nothing. Like, it is so freaking smooth and clean and glassy that it feels like there's no friction anywhere. So even a shitty Detent can get it to lock up because it just glides right open. So I wish the Detent were a little stronger. I'd be much happier with this knife if I got a satisfying flack out of it. Like, for example, the Finch 1929, good strong Detent, bang. It just is, it gives you satisfaction when you break that Detent and the knife goes whoosh, you know? And it doesn't feel as good when it's a soft break and the knife like just locks up, right? Of course, you can go ahead and hammer it if you want. Oop. And it will shoot out, but I'm just saying, the action is great. It's good, but not great. It could be great if the Detent were just slightly stronger. Yeah, so value, $600. It's a Koenig American-made knife, engineered out the asshole on a CNC. I don't have any issues with the price, guys. No, it's not like you're going to Walmart and getting a rollback deal, but it's good. It's fine. The price makes sense, I guess. And then recommendations. Yeah, guys, if you're right-handed or left-handed, it does not really matter. The lock bar is not an issue on this knife. And there's plenty of room over there to put your thumb. So lefties, rejoice, you're fine. Just no clip, obviously. And I would carry it in my back left or my right front if I was you and being left-handed. Just because the way the Detent is a little lighter and the flipper tab angle, you could possibly open it and you wouldn't want to put it in your left front pocket. That's my theory there. But yeah, I can recommend this to anybody who thinks it's a cool design. I think it's ugly as sin, so I don't want it. But if you think this looks dope, or all your buddies tell you how awesome the Mini Goblin is, you should try it, because it really is a cool knife. I will say, for 100% sure, I've had now both the Arius and the Mini Goblin in hand, and even though the Arius sucks to middle finger flick left-handed, I would much rather have an Arius than a Mini Goblin, especially if I'm spending the same $600-700. Your money is much better spent on an Arius with a flipper and the hole, or a choil with no flipper if you're right-handed. Because as a lefty, I still have a flipper on the Arius, and I'd much prefer having that, and then, maybe a Spidey flick right-handed. I don't know. But I just think the size, what you get, the action, the overall build quality of the Arius is just that much better than this. So if you're trying to decide between this Koenig and that, go for the Arius. 100%. Even if you're left-handed, just get a flipper version. All right. So that has been the Koenig Mini Goblin. I really appreciate Jake for sending this my way. That's Bearded Gear. Go check them out. I'll get this back to you, buddy, so you can do what you will with it. And yeah, guys, I absolutely love you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.